What is up, everybody? Welcome to the new set. For y'all watching here on Facebook and YouTube, all that good stuff. To Chicken Moan Alley. What's going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
What's up, man?
Not much. Admiring the new studio. We upgraded, professional.
Well, it was a long time in the making there.
Yeah.
And I gotta thank my dad though. He did about 99% of it himself because he about everything happened when I'm at work or something.
Right.
I happened to be home and I'd come in, there'd be something built or walls up or
The good craftsmanship here, I tell you. It was good.
yeah.
Appreciate both of you. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. We then I ended up last weekend. I was like, you know what? We're gonna change over. I still had a few things to do, and I was just like, nope. If we don't do it now, it won't ever happen. But so here we are. We are on the new set, and run a little bit behind because technical difficulty that I figured we have.
Yeah.
because
a slight hiccup, but
but we got it. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep the show rolling as always, and we're gonna go straight to the phone. Young man celebrated a birthday this past weekend. Tristan McKee, what's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man. Can you hear us?
Yep, all good.
Good deal, buddy. Good deal. How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Going good, man. How's being 14?
It's going well.
Cool, man. That's awesome, buddy. We sorry, trying to get some junk straight here. Forgetting to hit buttons. But oh no, never mind. Anyway, all right, here we go. Tristan McKee on the line here, man. It was a good weekend for you, bringing home the victory in the Cars Tour Pro Late Model Series there at North Wilkesboro. Man, congratulations to you.
Thank you. It was a good one.
That's cool, buddy. That's and what's really cool is we actually happened to be at you were over, because I was staying on your trailer, I think,
right.
Connor, over at Dillon Motor Speedway last year when Tristan got his first
right,
win in the Cars
Tour. I remember
Tour.
that.
So.
Yep.
So we've got to see a couple from you, man. That's at such a young age, you made history. First of all, in the Pro Late Models Cars Tour Series, there being the youngest driver to bring home a win, and man, you're just keeping it up. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Yes, it's very. I got that one, and then the Wilkesboro is definitely my biggest one, so that was pretty cool.
That's cool, man. Well, tell us a little bit about the weekend, man. Tell us how it started out, how you practice, win, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it started off well. We tested there a few weeks before in that car, and I knew we had a good car. And we came back, and we were really good, and we didn't really make too many adjustments on the car. We were pretty good, and we qualified second. I messed up a little bit in qualifying. I hit the line, and it shot me up the track a little bit. And we qualified second, and I was able to get a good restart and clear him on the top on the first corner. And then I knew we had a good car starting off the race. We got out to a little bit of lead and then started to ride a little bit. And then we got a few cautions and just maintained the lead the whole time. Spencer got around us one time on the restart, and then I got him right back. And it was a close race at the end. They were pretty good. I was a little bit tight, but it was a good race overall.
That's what I was fixing to say, man. You got past there one time, and then you were able to take it back over, take the lead back. That was a tough track. It looked like to pass on, but it looked like you made it happen, buddy.
Yeah, the track was super tough to pass. We had a good short run car, and we fired off good every single time, and we kind of got a little too tight on each run, but on the short run, we would really.
That's good, man. That's good. That was a good close race, man. How did it feel after that? Just to I know you know the history of the track. You've probably heard it enough as everybody else has. How did it feel to be able to ride the elevator in the car up?
I was super happy. I said at Hickory after we got spun out, and I was like, I want to ride that elevator, and it was super cool to have that whole experience happen.
Well, man, you've come a long way in the past couple years there. But I want to go back real quick. Let everybody know, when did you start racing? I mean, you're young enough still, 14 years old now. But when did you start racing?
I started, I believe, when I was 5. I did go-karts and then did some bandoleros, a little bit of legend cars. And then my first late model was in Shenandoah in a late model stock car. And then I did a junior late model in California. And then once I was old enough, last year when I was 12, I was running the car store in the pros when they lowered the age. And then I've been running that ever since.
Yeah, no, man. I've seen you. You know, we've talked about it before. You running back and forth and started in late model stock, and then into the pro late models, and looking like you wanting to venture back into some late model stock stuff now.
Yeah, I just got old enough on Saturday, and we ran the late model stock. It was going well. We ended up having a right front tire blow out, but it was a good time for our first one.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I was watching you and pulling for you, man. I was like, man, that's a good story there when you come in there and win the pro late model side and then go have a good run still, regardless. I mean, you can't help what happens with tires sometimes. That's just out of our control. Yep. But man, that was cool to see, man. So what's the goal? I mean, you want to move up to? Are you looking to move up to move to the? I ain't gonna really say up because pro late model stock. I mean, they're pretty competitive. But are you looking to make the move maybe next year to late model stocks?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We're gonna do some of that stuff and maybe some pro stuff and supers. But yeah.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Well, cool, buddy. Well, man, I'm assuming, as any young driver, and I hope you would too, but the goal is to reach as far as you can, throughout this racing journey, and I know you got some good partners with you now, right?
Yep.
That's cool, man. That's cool. That's awesome to see that. And but go ahead and tell everybody who all helps you out on that car, man. Who all making it happen for you?
Yeah, the Setzer Racing guys, they bring us a good car, and we've been just dialing it in, tuning it in, and the past few weeks it's been really good. And just everybody who helps us, Wise, Josh Wise, Scott Speed, Lauren, Dan, Matt, everybody, my parents, grandparents, all the guys on the Setzer team. Team Chevy, just everybody.
That's cool, man. We talked to Katie Hittinger before, with the whole Chevrolet deal and stuff, and working with Josh Wise. That dude is a wealth of knowledge for racing. I mean, he seems to really know what's going on and know what need to do for you young guys coming up. And what's it like to work with him?
Yeah, he's great. He knows a lot. He's very smart in that stuff.
That's cool, man. Well, buddy, I sure appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us for first guest on the phone here on our new studio. So appreciate you coming on and jumping in with us, buddy. And man, I hope to have you back here real soon. Talking about some more wins, and I feel like we'll definitely be doing it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
All right, everybody. Tristan McKee bringing home the win there at North Wilkesboro in the Pro Late Models.
Couldn't celebrate long. He had to get in the late model stock right after.
Dude,
that's what I was thinking about. He was riding the elevator. I was wondering how long he could hang around before he had to hop in the next one. But
I was too.
That's a good problem to have, I guess.
And I realized, and Connor was telling me to click something, and I somehow click delete on it. I don't know what happened. I failed there, Connor.
It's all right. It's all right. We're working the kinks out.
Me working kinks out of me, apparently. Douglas, sure appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you. He said, love new studio. Appreciate you, man. It's it was this has been a thought for a long time, and me and Connor's talked about it. And I felt like I've been talking about it forever, saying, hey, we're going to get a new studio, and get a new studio. And it was coming along.
It don't matter how much you want it, you ain't gonna do it without AC.
No,
in the summertime here. So.
We finally got some in here, and It's
It feels all right right
it
now.
feels all right
Yeah.
right now. We still got more AC to come in here actually,
Yeah.
but it's all right. I can deal with this.
Oh yeah.
I can deal with this.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, Tristan McKee wins the Pro Late model race there. Kind of was class of the field.
Yeah, he
First
dominated.
race.
Really,
Yeah,
he was good.
like I said, he did get past there one time, and but was able to work his way right back around, which is something you didn't really see a lot of
No.
people do there in the Pro Late models or late model stock. It was so hard to
Yeah,
pass.
I knew him qualifying when they were just going into 1 and 2, and not even coming close to the bottom. Just going
Yeah.
there, staying in the gas. I knew it was going to be. I mean, it's new asphalt. What are you going to
Yeah.
do?
You're right, especially with the limited horsepower that.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot, but you know,
Relative limited
track,
horsepower. We'll put it that way.
it's just going to take a year or two to wear off the new of the asphalt, and I think it'll be back pretty
That's
good
right.
racing. I think.
That's right. Late model stock race got pretty exciting
Yep.
there for not the right reasons. First couple laps, car looked like might have cut a tire down, I think, and
They've been
went through
having
the
some
wall.
problems with that.
Well, I had heard, I was talking, actually me and Chad were talking, and he said he'd heard something about, because the new tire is just, well, the tire that they had to run on that track, which I think is called the ST3, I think it is.
I know they had one made for the higher loads,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Wilkesboro. I think they were trying to get Rockingham,
right.
stuff like that.
And they say it is as hard as this tabletop right here, essentially. So to try to get it to grip, they got to take air pressure out of it. Well, somebody pulled one off the rim the other day
Okay.
just from running such low
Yeah.
air and so much side force on that tire. It's got to be
I mean, they're flying. I mean, they're running 18-second lap times, 17-second lap
that's
times.
rolling.
Yeah.
It's rolling. I mean, you think about that. That track is, what is it, like 6/10?
I don't know. It looks a
It's
little bit.
bigger than a half mile.
Yeah.
And let's just use Dillon for example. Is 4/10 of a mile, and we're running 18-second laps,
Yeah.
usually around there, give or take.
I mean, think about Myrtle Beach, and I think that track's a little faster than bigger than Myrtle Beach, and it was
Yeah.
20-second lap times. I think.
That's right.
I can't remember what it was
That's
at the
right.
end there.
So
They were getting.
that's toting tomato.
Yeah, they were flying.
I was, you try to listen to it on Flow Racing, and I was trying to hear, especially when they finally got sound back in
Yeah.
qualifying. It just sounded like, it's
just slam the
all out.
gas. Yeah.
and then a couple of them almost messed up in 1 and 2.
Yeah. I mean, it was like staying the gas. They were just hoping it'd stick. Hope they didn't lose the front end, but it was exciting.
It was. I was looking forward to that race, but I'm hoping they just keep that on schedule. I think after about the track had to be repaved. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, there was no way around it. It was
Yeah.
rough shape.
you couldn't. There wasn't no patching you were going to do to make it better. I mean, you had to repave it. I'm just hoping after maybe a winter or two up there, that it'll kind of get back
Yeah.
racy, give them multiple grooves, and I think it will and the reason I say it will because actually earlier in the year, the truck race was not a bad race.
No.
Truck race was pretty good. Now the Cup race, they couldn't pass
Yeah.
either.
But I mean, the Cup race on the old asphalt wasn't very good either.
Couldn't pass
They
either.
couldn't-
So I think that's just a product of
yeah.
car. So
Well, the late model race did get hampered by that pile up.
and then, that's
Very
where I was
early
fixing to go. So yeah, restart after
Wow.
the first one.
I mean, what, lap 8 or something?
Yeah.
Was it that early?
Yeah.
It was.
The eventual winner, Trayton Lapsovich. Did I get that right? Oh.
Close enough.
Apparently missed a shift. Said he had some problems. Said it had some problems with the clutch there. In their one of the last time at Hickory, I'm assuming. And I guess they brought the same car and didn't take transmission out apparently. And I guess it just didn't go into gear basically.
Yeah.
He went to shift fourth. And it caused the biggest stack up behind him There was
They were
probably,
all so close on each other. They don't give any room.
and I don't ever understand
Yeah,
that. I get that the fact of you can't pass, so you know
I
you
guess
better
you got to get it where you can.
right.
You know.
On a restart, you better be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were ready,
Yeah.
and there were some people that wasn't ready. So
Well, when you're so close on each other's bumper, one little, checkup's gonna just. I mean, you saw it happen, and it happened. What 5-6 cars deep in the line, and then
Yep.
you just couldn't. There's no reaction time anymore.
nope.
But I hate to see that because they talk like it had pretty big points implications.
Well, it could have. And I was looking at them though, and actually it was funny because Butterbean had done figured it up by the time they were doing interviews. He had cut the points to like 13 points, but Connor Hall actually, it wasn't as bad because he came back and still finished 18th.
Yeah, I know. With the
So
whole front end off of.
yeah, he drove it up to 13th, and then had something happen. I can't remember what happened. Was it flat tire?
don't
I
know.
can't remember.
Yeah.
He said what happened. I can't remember. But anyway, so yeah, Butterbean cut into it, but it wasn't as much. But there's still a lot of racing to go.
Right.
They still got. What was I looking at? They got. Is it Ace?
I think Ace is next.
Ace, then Wake County,
Oh, that's
and then Florence.
It's crazy. Wow. So they have 2 more before Florence. I thought maybe just 1 more.
Yeah,
'Cause Florence is the end of this month.
Yep.
Right.
that's
So,
right.
Hitting it hard.
Yeah,
I wish Florence had 2 dates. I don't know why. I don't know how Ace and some of these tracks get 2 dates, but
either.
Florence doesn't.
I don't either.
But at least
I
it'll
think
be,
that
at
would
least
be-
it'll be a big race. I think it'll have a lot of
I
hype
do
around
too.
it
I do
with
too.
Darlington Week and everything.
I just looked also, just to let y'all know, it was just announced just a little while ago, the Star Super Stock Series Tour. Star Super Stock Tour. We had to get Boo Carlisle on here to talk about it. They just added them to the Saturday portion.
With all the legends of bandos.
Bandos and all that. So
Cool.
that'd be a cool
I'd
deal.
like to have a good street stock series. I know that one took off good, and then
It
it kind
did.
of fell back. But I think it's evened out. I think it's
It
back on
has.
the end a little bit.
Real quick, we'll go ahead and finish up the North Wilkes Road. And I want to talk about that actually, so remind me if I forget. Like we said, and then after that wreck, really, there was a couple flat tires and stuff here and there, and I think one little spin. Nothing crazy after that too much that I remember. Was
Outside
there?
of the leader almost wrecking with.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
And that's what I was fixing to say. One of them. Who was it?
It was it was like a 55
I
22.
can't remember. But anyway,
It was one of the, yeah.
Anyway, somebody had spun out. Trayton Lapsovich went down into turn 1, wasn't it? Three. That's right. I was half asleep watching. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it was late after
I was wore out.
rain delay and everything.
Yeah. And so he goes out in the corner, and it did not look like there was enough room for that car.
No.
I don't-
He's brushed the wall a little bit, but
Yeah, but
it looked like he was gonna.
I was
Clean
like,
him
he's
out.
either in the door or in the wall, one of the two. Somehow he squeezed through there.
It was impressive.
And he was sliding through the oil at the same
Yeah,
time.
it was
so
a little bit of luck, but it was.
It was. He was driving.
He was able to steer it through that little gap, which was
he was driving. That's
which is
for
good.
sure.
I hate to see him leave the whole race and that happen to him.
Yeah.
But
So
that was sketcy. That was probably. He probably hated to see that, but he saved it. Kept going.
yep, for sure. And then so he slides on through and ends up going on to win the race. Fought Butterbean there for a little while. I'd like to know what I need to text him and see. Butterbean said something was going on with the car that they knew about the whole weekend and couldn't do anything about it. He said they were pretty upset with it and something happened at the shop. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know what
happened.
I don't know. That's
I was like, well, apparently it wasn't that bad. He said, but he was surprised he could even run second
wow.
as long as he did. And so, but him and Minnie Tyrell kind of had some words there on
Did they?
pit road. Yeah, because Minnie went down in, I think on White Flag or coming to White Flag. There was a ton of oil dry after that.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
And Minnie went down into 3, I think it was, or middle of 3 and 4, and just kind of booted Butterbean up the track.
Mm-hmm.
And Minnie said, he was like, dude, he said, I wasn't trying to spin you or anything. He was like, I was just trying to move him up. I hate that there was oil dry there for you, you know. So Butterbean was kind of upset about being drove. He said, man, we raced, you know, he was kind of like, we raced all that time and didn't really, you know, casual rubbing, but
Yeah.
nothing. And then to try to get second out of it, and then it actually ended up hurting Minnie too. He ended up dropping back to 3rd. I don't know. It's racing.
Yeah, they were all over the place there.
They were, for sure.
There was a ton of oil dry, man. Even after that first pile up,
Yeah.
that looked sketchy.
Yeah. It was something else. So I don't know. So anyway, Trayton Lapsevich takes home the victory there at North Wilkesboro in the Window World 125 or whatever it is. I think it is.
I hope they do like they did one again the first time they opened it, where they had all the street stocks and
Dude, that
Limited there.
was actually a cool race.
modifieds there. That was all.
I thought I understood why they had it scheduled the way they did to come with NASCAR and stuff like that. But I'm like, man, if you kind of give it a short track weekend by itself, and the Cars Tour could headline. I mean, the first time wasn't a Cars Tour race, was it? The first,
I think it
or
was.
Was it? I can't remember. Yeah, maybe it was. But regardless, you kind of give it that short track weekend with the, you know,
Get
some
Thursday,
limited late
Friday,
models,
Saturday,
yeah,
Modifieds were there.
yeah, modifieds, all that.
Street stocks, everything.
And I think that's the way to go, personally.
Yeah.
I like that a whole lot better myself. So, I don't know. I want to go ahead real quick while we're talking about it. Our fine friends over at SRI Performance. We got a banner.
Yeah.
We got a
It
banner.
looks good.
I like this banner. I like this banner a lot. But anyway, guys, head over to SRI Performance. Connor headed up there the other day.
Yep.
Actually picked up some parts from me.
Yep.
Did you look around while you was in there?
A little bit, yeah. It was neat. That was my first time being there, at least that I can remember, and it was a cool experience.
Did you head back to the used part?
Oh, that's where I spent most of my time.
Exactly. I love that place
Yeah.
back there. And I just hold stuff back there, and I'm like, what can I do with this? I feel like there's something I can do with it. But guys, head over to SRI Performance. They are the one-stop shop for all things racing, and as it says back here, tools, supplies, race parts, and more for all disciplines of racing. As it says right here behind me. So y'all head over to SRI Performance, get everything you need, everything. And
I actually saw Jordan Anderson walk through there.
did he?
Yep. While we were sitting there trying to find your stuff.
You didn't book him for the podcast?
No, I was just surprised. It took me a minute to realize who. I knew I recognized him as somebody, and then I was like, "Oh, that's who that is."
Did I tell you my Derek Cope story?
Maybe, but I don't remember now.
I'll tell you my Derek Cope story real quick. Because this was at SRI. I was there. Me and a buddy of mine, Trey Kill, we was actually on the way to North Wilkesboro that day. And we went to go do, and we were filming it and doing a little live thing, showing everybody the store, and we were about to head through the used parts section, kind of where it goes from the new stuff to the used parts. There's a counter right there. Well, we're going around there, and our buddy Eric Molyneux, he's the sales manager there. He's showing us around, showing everything there, and we go around, go walk through everything. He shows us everything, and we're filming it and everything else, and we come back and we're done. And a buddy of ours standing at the counter, guy that works there, he's like, "Man, y'all didn't want to talk to him?" I was like, "Who?" He was like, "Daytona 500 champion Derek Cope was sitting right here." He's like, are you serious? I was like, I didn't even see him. I was focused on doing what we were doing. I didn't even see him. He was sitting right there at the counter. And I went back and rewatched the video. We come around, there he is. He turns around, smiles, or kind of looks at the camera, and we just keep on going. It's like,
Oh,
man.
I probably wouldn't have recognized him.
Well, like I said, I don't know that I even saw him.
Yeah.
I may have. I don't know. So it was kind of funny. It was funny. But that just tells you, everybody shops at SRI. If I don't care if you're in the NASCAR side, if you're in the street stock side, if you're in the late model stock side, dirt, asphalt, whatever you need, they got it. Head over there. Tell them we sent you. Go online, www.sriperformance.com, and get that cart loaded up. And when you go to checkout, put in that promo code CBONE10. That's C as in
Chicken.
BONE10, and get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout there at SRI Performance. Also, same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. They got all the materials you need, guys. So y'all head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, and they get you all hooked up with everything you need material wise. I know some of these big races been up, and these guys been tearing up some stuff. So y'all head over there, get whatever you need to fix that car back up and get it ready to go. So y'all go see them over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Tell them we sent you. Also, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, guys. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. I don't care what you got. If it's a race car and it has a motor, pretty much a V8. If it's got a V8 in it, Earl Ramey's got you hooked up. So y'all head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Get some time on his chassis dyno, everything you need to figure out what all that car needs, and they'll hook you up. Also, Profab headers and exhaust. Right there, right now.
Change the location of our
Yeah.
sponsor.
Yeah, I moved some stuff around for right now. We got to get a banner for that wall. So I just moved those there above your head for now.
All right.
So, guys, head over to Profab headers and exhaust, and they can hook you up. I was looking, man, they had so many drivers win this weekend that have Profab headers on their cars. So, y'all head over there, talk with our buddy Andy, tell him we sent you over there. So, you brought up street stock stuff and said you would like to see a good series, and I am with you. I am with you 100%. Street stocks are probably my favorite class of racing, even though I've never I driven one on dirt kind of one time, practiced it. But other than that, never driven one. You ever driven one?
No.
But I love them. It reminds me of old school NASCAR.
There's as many body types as there are cars.
Exactly. And it reminds me of the day when people talked about, you went to a junkyard and found you old car, thought would run good, and they drug it out the junkyard and rebuilt it and made it a race car and stuff like that. So that's what I feel like street stock is. Now, I get the point of there's not any 1979 Camaros in the junkyard hardly anymore. If they are, they rusted away. And it's a lot different finding a 2013 Kia in the junkyard, because
you can't do that. They don't make
no.
The Camaros they make now. You're not going to turn those into a race car.
No. I am with you on that, Matt. He said we need to bring back the old Cruiser Bruisers. I love that class.
Even the Thunder and Lightning is pretty
That's
cool.
what I was
It
fixing
just
to say.
can't ever seem to quite.
Well, I thought Thunder and Lightning, when they brought it out, I'm like, man, this is going to be a good series. It's going to be a good, or, class, whatever. They had 8-inch tires on them, and they were, end up having some trouble finding 8-inch tires, blah, blah, blah. They switched them over to the big tires. I'm like, man, no. I I remember when back in the day, and I know there's probably a bunch of class. You know, a lot of them ran recaps, old recap car tires. If they allowed a slick on it, it was on the right front only. Just that way you didn't blow the right front out, you know, and put it in the wall. And I was, you know, that was okay. And then they started allowing the right sides be slicks. Then all of a sudden it became
all the way around.
All the way around. And now street stock has almost turned into a limited late model almost type class.
I've seen some. I hate see some of these people that are talking about. You know, we built this street stock from the ground up, and it's like just pristine condition.
Stock.
Yeah, I know.
You built a late model.
None of the actual street stocks wouldn't run against that.
No, and I think we've opened up rules too much. No, I if you want to name a class, just like let's say in dirt, they have the stock 8 now, which is kind of like TNL. Then they have the street stock, which is same thing, street stock. Then they have what they call a super stock. And super stock is it's still a street stock, but they put whatever motor in them, and they got a little more open rules on shocks and springs and stuff like that, and a couple more little things. And you know, if I'm kind of like, you know, if you want to have these big series and cars that are like that, okay, let's name that a super stock, like the Star Super Stock series. Okay, I get that. That is a super stock. Now, I can go with that. But I don't know. I still wish we could go back to, because the thing is, all right, this is my thing. 100%, you cannot go in the junkyard and find what we were just talking about. But I can look in many, many magazines right now. You can still buy they're aftermarket, but they are factory correct Monte Carlo chassis. You can buy a Camaro chassis, you know, and there's still bodies out there, aftermarket bodies that you can put on them. And I like the thought of, you know, putting a roll cage on that and turning that into a race car myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just, I don't know. It's hard to ever de-engineer.
It is.
You know?
It is. And that's why one of the reasons is, and I've talked with a couple people, and I've seen, who is it, Cletus McFarland, them down there, they got that, what is it? The Crown Vic.
Crown Vic Racing, yeah.
Crown Vic Racing. Dude, that's almost like a perfect street stock. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's a big car. It's a 4-door car. So it's a little more. Yeah. But, I mean, that is almost today's version of real street stock racing.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's a V8 car, rear-wheel drive, and they take a car, throw a cage in it, and you can't do anything to it. I like it. So, I don't know. There wasn't much other racing this week.
As Wheel Explorer was raining, I switched over to several tracks on Flow, and like they had all rained out.
Yeah. So we just talked about, though, you went up to SRI the other day. What else you go hit up in the Race City area?
Yeah, we went to the Racing Electronics to get my helmet wired up, and while we were waiting on that, and waiting on your parts, we went over to the Hendrick Museum. Cool. Kind of our usual stop. Went and saw my dad's friend who works at Stewart House and had lunch with him. And
y'all go to the shop, or y'all just met him?
Oh, we met him at the shop. We didn't walk around the shop, but we just went and ate lunch.
I got you.
And that was about it.
Where'd you hit up for lunch that day?
Some little burger shop. We were gonna go to Fresh Chef if it was just us, but
right.
If
it's in the area you're in,
he just took it. He took us to a little. I can't remember what it's called now.
I'm the same way though. I like hitting up new restaurants when I'm in places I'm not normally in.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You get everything done, get your helmet all wired up.
Yeah, we got it all done. We wish we'd have had a little more list of parts while we were up there. We would kind of walk around SRI, not really know. We obviously stuff we could get, but we didn't really have a list of what we were looking for. But between all that and North Carolina traffic, it took a good part of the day. But it was a good little trip.
I feel you there for sure. I bet it was packed up there.
Yeah, just
they're building They're about to build a Buc-ee's in the middle of all that.
Are the
Yeah, right there in Mooresville. Like they
485
like that's what
and
they
all
need.
that was yeah.
I'm like, y'all are crazy. Because Florence isn't busy, but Bucky's made one intersection busy as I don't know what.
Yeah, that's my intersection, and now
I
it's
know.
got 3 stoplights and
Yeah.
everything else. But
Used to be nothing there. I mean, there was a truck stop and some little stuff, but you could breeze right through it. Wouldn't have to it.
there's no doubt. They're not, I told Dad I don't know how. For too long, it's going to be like a mall out there because the amount of people that go to Bucky's, you got to think these businesses wanting to drop a
Well, they were wanting to. Actually, I
Something
saw it
right
on the
beside
news the other day.
rezoning and all that.
Yeah, but now the people over there are like, no, we don't want anything else built over there. And I'm like, nah, Bucky's didn't buy that land for them to not, because they done put a Taco Bell out there in a liquor store.
Yep.
I'm like, yep, y'all really got it covered.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Cool, man. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it real quick since you were just talking about Fresh Chef, ladies and gentlemen. If you are up in the Race City area, for sure, stop at one of the multiple locations of Fresh Chef. Daily drink and food specials and everything you can think of up there. It's good stuff for sure. It's real good. So y'all head up to Fresh Chef and tell them we sent you up there. Also, Dixie Made right here in Florence, South Carolina, right out here by the flea market. So when y'all come in town for the race here at the end of the month or just passing through, once you stop at the Buc-ee's and just come on down because it's on the same road. And head over to Dixie Made. They got all your favorite brands of clothing from head to toe and all kind of other cool accessories that you can think of and want and need. And so y'all head over to Dixie Made right here in Florence, South Carolina. Also, MPM Marketing, McAllister, Precision Marketing. What's cool, ladies and gentlemen, y'all see that logo every time you watch a Cars Tour race. It's flashing across the screen. You need to, all the young folk getting into racing, you got to have a really good marketing partner to really know what you're doing. So y'all head over to marketwithmpm.com. Tanya can get you in front of all the faces that you need to be in front of and all that good stuff. So y'all head over to marketwithmpm.com. Also, RevMax Racing Apparel. If you're looking for suits or gloves and all kind of stuff, y'all head over to RevMax Racing Apparel, and they get you hooked up. On all the, if you need the multi-layer SFI approved stuff like we do, they got you covered. If you're a go-kart racer, you can need just a single layer suit. They got you covered on that too. So y'all go check it out. Get it while it's hot, I guess. All right, Florence Motor Speedway did a race.
Yeah.
A little before the rains came. I know they got the vintage race, mini
four cylinders.
Yeah. Kevin Jackson won it, and the
trucks that started. They threw the caution and
limited late models. They got limited late models.
That, yeah, that's right.
Only had a few cars in it, unfortunately. I think rain really held a lot of people out.
Yeah.
And I can understand it. I mean, especially when you got to travel or something like that. This is what it is. It stinks. So they fortunately did get some of it in. Florence Motor Speedway will be back in action on the 17th of this month. I'll probably head over there for something. I don't know what you think.
Probably so.
Probably.
Yep.
At
least a legend.
Maybe so. Cool. I do want to say, if anybody's in the area this weekend, there's not any necessary racing going on right around here, other than I'm not sure something there or Lakeview. I know they tried to race this past weekend and they all got rained out. And they're probably going to get washed out this week too. Yeah. Just from, if it ain't raining Saturday, we're supposed to get many inches of rain. So,
yeah,
we shall see.
15 or 18 or something.
A lot.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Saturday, if we're not flooded, over at the Hartsville Airport. I will be out there, and I will have both race cars out there. Rise Arrow's putting on an event called Wings Over Hartsville at Hartsville, South Carolina. I'm going to race an airplane with the Legend car.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're going to be in there coming down. And
You think what kind of?
I don't know.
What are the odds here?
I don't know. I'm really.
It's interesting.
It is one of these that I have no clue. I'm like, what kind of start do I get? Do I get, he's back here and I get to start, or I'm waiting until he's here to start?
How much? How long are you gonna race?
I guess a good portion of the runway.
How many you gonna grab fifth gear?
I'm going as high as I can go
Yeah.
until I hit rev limiter. See what I can get.
Uh-huh.
I hope I don't hit a.
I hope somebody
hit
better record that. I want to see that.
I hope so. Yeah, but everybody's gonna be out there. Mom and Dad's going. Kayla and the boys are going. We all gonna come out there. Tell Matt he need to come on and bring his cars out there. We'll race around. We'll race down the runway.
3 wide race.
We'll do it. We'll race all we can. We'll drag race. We'll make a little course around there.
Awesome.
On the
That's
at the
pretty,
airport.
that's pretty cool though.
It is.
I bet you. Yeah.
And they're gonna have a little bit of. It's not like a. I don't want to get anybody the impression that this is like an air show, like with jets and stuff. But this is more of a small aircraft, and they do a lot of skills competition stuff out there too, which is really kind of cool. They'll the spot landing competition where they mark a spot, and they got to try to. That's where the wheel touched down. And then they have a flower drop contest. They put a big target out, and they drop these. They'll have like bags of flour, and they'll drop flour out the airplane and try to land it on the target.
Wow, that's
They
pretty
got
cool.
to be at a certain height.
Yeah.
So, and then they gonna have I hear you there. They gonna have some car shows out there and
Neat.
car truck.
Yeah. I hope it.
Last year they had a RC flight
Yeah.
plane club out there, and they were them things were insane. Dude did have a couple. They had a few jet RCs.
Yeah, I've seen
out
some of
there.
those.
Them things were insane.
Yeah.
They were really cool to watch. But they're gonna have face painting for the kids and food trucks and all that good stuff out there.
Awesome.
Free of charge. So y'all come on out to the Hartsville Airport. So
Neat.
if anybody's around here, it'd be a cool place to be. That'll be from 10 to 2 on Saturday. What else we got going on?
I don't know.
What you
I was
got
just
going on
admiring
this
how much cleaner you race compared to our doors there.
No. Hold
Yours
on.
is
Hold on.
perfect.
No. Well, there's a black mark that you can't see, but that door was on the car for one race. And that was the very first race I raced in the car.
Wow.
And there's a hole right up under where you can't see, just out of frame there. There's a hole in that door. And actually sitting over here is the shock head that is bent that happened in the same wreck.
Wow.
So I can say I've, knock on wood, have gone a couple years and have not really. I kind of wrecked one night in the Legend cars, and we fixed that in about 10 minutes.
When was that?
Florence, last year, Labor Day weekend race. I think it was one of the Darlington races. Yeah, it was Labor Day weekend. And because Mamba was right in front of me.
Oh, and one of those
And-
races?
and
Yeah.
That I went Dukes of Hazzard over somebody and just come down, and it took the bracket that steering rack's on and just bent it back.
Yeah. I think that's the night I decided to not run the second race.
That was smart.
Well, the early Darlington race, I think, it was in May. I had that same feeling that I shouldn't go back out there, and I got tore up in the second race. And so when I got that feeling again, I said, we're just going to call it there.
Yeah. So that was yeah. But so in saying that, I went out the very first race in the big car,
My first race in
Wrecked
the big
it.
car. I knocked the bumper off of it.
but I did finish the race.
Yeah.
I did finish somehow with a broke shock and everything else. I was really loose, but I was like, I am running these laps.
Yeah.
But anyway. So what else got? What you up to this weekend?
I don't know. Might ride out there with Matt, test the 5 car
There you
for
go.
free. I don't know. We have the little iRace tomorrow night, hopefully.
Yeah, we
Hopefully
do
it'll
have
be
that.
better for me.
How was that last week?
It was good. I think I could have ran fourth maybe, but the straightaways were so short, I couldn't punish anybody for getting a bad exit. You know, I'd get up under them, and then I don't know. It was fun. That these flat Virginia tracks are definitely not my best ones. I don't feel too confident about tomorrow either. But
Where we at tomorrow?
Langley.
Ooh, I need to practice.
Yeah, I did practice a little bit this time. That's probably what hurt me last time. I didn't practice a whole lot, but I don't know. Just didn't quite have as much speed as I had the first two races. But it was still a good time.
You got spun out there or spun out?
Well, I was trying to work him up. He was trying to hold me down. I don't know. It was just and my right rear was so wore out that when we hit, it was just, which I mean, I saved it before it went all the way around, but through the caution. But I ended up finishing the exact spot that I was running. So it was fine. It was fun nonetheless, though. It was good.
I had to miss. We took the car over to our buddy Chad Webster's, and we have now changed. I guess I'm up to date with some people. I guess I don't know. If it's. We switched from Big Spring to coilovers on the front of our car, and found a bunch of stuff on it that needed attention. So it was a good thing. Then went and picked it up Saturday, and
good deal.
I gotta go test something.
We'll try and ride it one day.
Yeah, once we,
I know this week's not looking
raining.
good for you. Yeah.
I told him, I said, we might end up out there Sunday afternoon if the track getting flooded.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and I don't know. We shall see. If y'all are watching on Facebook here, or anybody turns out watching, y'all see we got some diecast. Connor contributed this cool Richard Petty diecast. Matt there contributed actually the rest of them.
I like the sprint car.
Bobby Hillen Heiligmeier number 90 car. I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, but I was not a fan of it. I like the color of that car, though. I always did. I don't know. Then we got some sprint cars over here. Bob Olson and somebody. I can't remember. Who was that?
Westmore? Is that just a sponsor?
Right there beside the door. Andy Hillenberg? That was Andy. That's right. That was Andy Hillenberg. This was Doug Wolfgang. That's right. So, sorry, you sprint car guys. I'm not up on all my sprint car knowledge.
Not at all. But
I like watching them. I don't get behind the scenes in the sprint car world for some reason. But so if anybody out there has if y'all are watching and you have diecast, I know I got one ordered right now that won't release till November to put up here. Yeah.
What you got?
We got a Butterbean.
Nice.
Coming.
I got several we can switch out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a few more at the house.
Episodes, yeah.
Yeah, I got a few more at the house, and I'm gonna eventually cover this whole thing, and then we'll start swapping out and hang up some cool stuff. We still got stuff to put on the walls, and just other cool stuff, and try to make it look
some racing memorabilia.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
So
I think we're off to a good
tire over here signed by Scott Bloomquist. I ain't really figured out where to hang it. I might just put it right there.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a good spot. I don't know. We got all kind of cool stuff. We got and then we got room for guests on here to come in, and I think we got a couple lined up.
Sweet.
Waiting on dates, but we got them lined up, ready to come, and so we're open to anybody wants to come join us. So just message us and talk to me, talk to Connor, whoever, and when you might come hang out with us if you want to. I promise you, it's not as glamorous as it looks. Looking from this side is like, whoa. Now you looking at the camera here, it's like, hey, it ain't too bad. Look at here, it's like, ooh. Nah, this is in the corner of the race shop actually, and it's cool. It is. Once we get everything done in here, we still finishing up the rest of the walls. It'll be nice in here.
Oh yeah.
So anyway. Well, like I said, if anybody's around, come out to Hartsville Airport this Saturday, 10 to 2. I'll be out there. Connor might be testing. Who knows?
Yep. I do. If nothing else, I want to see a video of you racing the airplane.
I'm going to tell somebody to go live with it.
I just want to see how fast you get up to
I do too.
on the runway.
I'm gonna have to I got to put my GoPro in there, but I'm gonna put my big one that's got because it gets GPS and should give me speed on there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change the gear, so I'm still gonna be running.
How much more is 50? I mean, we're only in third gear, aren't we?
Yeah, we're only
so we can
third
go
gear.
four. We still got fourth and fifth to go.
Yeah, so I'll
Okay.
still be
So
running
you should have
342. Now, I mean, I could, you could go down to what's a 290, I think is the lowest gear, which would give you too much speed, but I gotta have some takeoff with racing an airplane.
Right.
I don't know how far we gotta go with this. I'm going to go do some research.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask him what kind of plane I'm racing.
Yeah. F-18 or something.
No. But anyway, all right, guys, appreciate it. Appreciate y'all coming on here, hanging out with us, and appreciate y'all watching us from the new digs over here. And so y'all check it out, and I reckon we'll see y'all next week.
Later.
All righty there, boys and girls. All right, since nobody ain't talking to us anymore, y'all was. There's a few people stayed on here tonight. So, anybody still on here? What y'all think? What y'all think of the new place? I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I think,
I see what other racing stuff I got. They could hang on a wall.
we actually got a big old stoplight over here, but we can't put it in front of the camera. I can turn it on. It works, but it's so bright. Y'all don't realize how bright a stoplight is until you're really close to it. Them things are so bright. Yeah, we're going to get some other stuff on here. I got a few cars I wanted to bring, and I was so busy trying to get this done this weekend.
Yeah.
I ain't get them all out. I got them all put up. But, all right, then. Well, y'all take it easy, and go see what all I can fit. See if I can not hit the
delete.
The delete. I don't know why it did that. There it goes. I didn't go wrong this time. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. We'll be talking with y'all next time.